Welcome back to Discussions by Daylight. If you're new, consider subscribing if you like this video, and if you're returning, consider hitting the bell to keep up with videos that come out. So I don't usually like to talk about things that are necessarily negative on here, but you can't always empty praise behavior. You know, sometimes you do have to critique things. Like the fact that Bardic Inspiration currently isn't working, you idle for 15 seconds and it gives you no buff. But that's not what we're talking about today. Today we're talking about 2v8. It has a very glaring issue, and here are some my thoughts, and feel free to call me stupid in the comments if you disagree with them, but here's my thoughts on what I think could be done to make 2v8 a less one-sided experience. Starting off is the fact that, in my opinion, 2v8 is only fun for killer. Because 90% of the games that happen seem to basically just boil down to 3-gen simulator. Because the map, while yes, bigger, I feel like honestly needs to be even bigger. Because there's not enough space for them to space gens out, so they're all literally within 10 meters of each other. So it's like, oh, you're working on these gens? Doesn't matter where you are, there's always one gen within 10 meters. So it's like, oh, kick. It's like you're always, like, they can literally kick a generator, and because of the 400% regression, stand there for a second, you know, camp the generator so you can't get back on it, and just like that, your 90% gen is down to nothing. This is more killer playstyle. This part doesn't really, there's nothing behavior can do, but people have been hitting people as killer with what I call the wombo combo, which is where you time it, where you swing at the same time and insta down a survivor. But I feel like that's stupid, in my opinion. This has nothing to do with like the issues with 2v8, but if you wanted to insta-down survivors, just play an insta-down killer on 1v4. Why 2v8? The point of 2v8 is two different killers to manage tasks separately. I just feel like I don't get it. I've played that way and it's not fun. Now, on to the final issue I have with 2v8. Survivors and survivor classes. 8 survivors does not feel like enough to get things done. I feel like, this is the only, I only think they need a couple more. 2 more survivors, even it out to 2v10, and I feel like that'd be perfect, in my opinion. Because, as it is right now, it's just one-sided towards either side, depending on how the game goes, but I feel like it's not fun to play Survivor on here, and that's from a Survivor main. And the other thing is, I feel like the lack of classes. Each class feels like it does one thing and one thing only. Scout is my favorite, but the least rewarding, and it just feels like you're just a walking info perk with Urban Evasion. Escapist literally just feels like you're just a walking sprint burst for everyone. The gen progression one feels like it basically does nothing. And finally, what was the other class? Healer feels like you're really never getting any use out of that build. I honestly feel like they need to add 2 to 3 more builds, like maybe a boon build, maybe, I don't know, maybe like something to do with using blindness or something, like some kind of like chase build or something like that. I don't know. I know a lot of people are gonna say, oh, well, that's the escapist. I just feel like it doesn't work as well as other things could, but that's just my opinion. But as always, let me know your thoughts. That's why I do these videos. Let me know what you think of 2v8. If you think it's good as is, you think it needs some changes. Personally, I think it really needs some changes. Especially to the gen regression. Oh my god, that is way too much. 400% is way too much. But yeah, let me know your thoughts. If you watched to this point, comment gen regression. And if you liked it, like, comment, subscribe, hit the bell. And if you dislike, share with the front of group chat so you can make fun of me and my stupid video, and I'll see you on the next one. Thanks for watching. Tune in, and I'll catch you on the next Discussions by Daylight.